it.
FNATIC's turn to ban.
Oh, okay, what do we have here? A Bat and a Venge instantly banned. Are we gonna see a Kotl? Just get rid of the
Gotta be,
Lord
it
of the
has to
Light.
be. There's no way you don't ban Cuddle against these guys. Seems like a bad move.
I think Fnatic is going to try to take Sven for themselves this game.
10 seconds
Yeah?
remaining.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of cover
5 seconds
your
remaining.
bases against like Lycan and Beastmaster by picking Sven as well.
Dire
I think that,
team
and you also block pick it, so Tundra can't get it. That might be like the best approach from Fnatic after game number 1, because the way that they drafted, they were still in some ways trying to counter what Tundra's picking. But then now all of a sudden their lineup didn't really have that much lane shoving potential or even any kind of like big team fighting, AoE skills
10
that can
seconds
deal with the
remaining.
Lycan, which was literally first phase.
5 seconds remaining.
Can I tell you about my Lord and Savior Kunkka?
You can.
Once upon a time, there used to be this hero called Kunkka, and he used to be pretty solid versus all the summon heroes, especially versus Lycan, but perhaps not as much right now, especially because he's in the garbage. Fnatic just open up with Nice Talk.
Oh, I have a feeling we might be seeing a Lycan again here. But if they don't pick it with the Sven, then Fnatic might just
10
pick that
seconds
up
remaining.
themselves. But yeah, and again, Fnatic's like gameplay and draft,
5
like how they've
seconds
always
remaining.
done throughout time, is try to take your opponent's heroes. They love
Dire
doing that
team
shit.
pick.
Monkey King.
Meanwhile,
so
it
Tundra-
is Tundra that does that, right? By snatching the monkey away.
The thing about Night
Good
Stalker
against
is that
offlane and S.
he either wins your team the game or he loses your team the game. I feel like a lot of the Night Stalker we've
10
seen do absolutely
seconds
nothing,
remaining.
and they've also absolutely dominated as well. And there's never an in between.
5
It's 100 or
seconds
0.
remaining.
I can agree with that. There's a bunch of heroes that are kind of like that. They either win you the game or they're just useless, running around, doing absolutely nothing. The trick is to find the right scenario in which they work and always and only pick them in those scenarios, right?
FNATIC's turn to pick.
Thunder is just insane. They're just going to continue picking the same damn way in which you don't know what they're doing and where they're going with their heroes.
Pretty much. I mean, Monkey King, they can flex it 1, they
10
can take it
seconds
4.
remaining.
I
think Bada played a monkey as well.
5
So
seconds
did he?
remaining.
Wow.
There's another one. I mean, what can't Fada play? Fada can play everything.
True.
That's it.
True. His idea of Dota is very different.
Fata was mid for most of his career anyway, right? Like he was a mid player.
Yes.
So
He played mid, and then he played offlane for Team Secret, and then he's gone to support as a
Arta
captain.
Razor, never forget. He's such a god on that hero. Chasing
but
people
him
around
being-
like a lunatic.
he found himself as a captain role. I believe DreamHack Rotterdam was his first big win.
FNATIC's turn to ban.
It was with Nico Baby, right? And that squad. That's the first one that he actually captained in a decent way. I mean, they made some success. Yeah. And it continues from one stack to another, now with Tundra as well. He just brings something different. It's very enjoying to watch. Shadow Demon, however,
10
the last
seconds remaining.
game, Tundra had Shadow Demon and Gyro. Am I correct, or is my
5
brain passing out?
seconds
I think I'm
remaining.
correct.
Yes, you are correct.
So they're snatching that a little bit away. And also Shadow Demon, of course it's a big blur because SD is in every single game that we watched. More or less, 90% I would say.
It is. I mean, it just provides so much utility. You got the save, and laning is surprisingly really good too right now. And then the items they can buy, you got the break
FNATIC's turn
later
to
on with
ban.
Aghanims. You got a lot of options as to what you want to do with the SD. Plus the stacking. The stacking, that's an underrated
Dire team
factor, right? That Sven was actually behind the network to the Morphling until he went into the jungle, popped his ulti, and just cleared the 2 stacks that Shadow Demon made.
Yep.
He shot up like 1,000 gold or something. Crazy.
They even stole a
that's
couple of stacks, and it still didn't matter because that's something that Insania does a lot with Kotl when he plays these heroes that buy boots early on and can stack from range. Shadow Demon is probably the best hero at that. Just by the nature of Shadow Poison, you can stack just multiple camps at the same time. Meanwhile, Fnatic, they just get rid of all the summons. If you don't want to pick, if you can't pick that Sven because it's
10
banned, or any
seconds
other hero
remaining.
that can deal with the tempo that Tundra brings to the game, just ban it out. Ban out the
5
Lycan,
seconds
ban out the
remaining.
Beastmaster. Make your life a little bit easier, at least.
I was kind of surprised that they didn't actually go for it in the first phase, knowing that it would be banned. But I don't think Tundra is the type of team that feels pressure to pick heroes just because they know it's good for that game. They're like, oh, we don't get this hero, that's fine. Let's try something different. You know, they'd rather keep
team
that
back.
flexibility alive throughout their draft than corner themselves and pick something just because they think it's like really good in that situation. Because that's how they actually win games, is through their flexibility.
Very
how
similar to
they
LGD
play
in that
together.
regard.
10 seconds.
These guys
remaining.
draft so similarly, Tundra and LGD.
And I think we can agree
5
that after
seconds
watching
remaining. Dire team
the
pick.
games in this tournament, like Tundra is a team that plays the
Turn
most
to
together and group up faster than other teams and try to take objectives, like open up the map.
Yeah. I mean, it always feels like the team which knows the meta best plays the fastest. You know, they just kind of have this checklist and they
10
just get it through,
seconds remaining.
get through that checklist faster than anyone else.
It-
I think that
it's
just comes
because
with confidence and playing.
5 seconds.
It comes with
remaining.
confidence and general plan. Like, you have a really good plan about
Yeah.
what you want to be doing. Like, let's say you discovered some new moves, some new strategy, and everyone else is one step behind because you're pretty much leading the way. But Fnatic, they go with the standard stuff. They're not really moving away from the script when it comes to how to play versus Tidehunter, how to play with Shadow Demon. Pick yourself a Luna, have an easy. You should have a decent lane
10
versus
seconds
Tide,
remaining.
and then later on in the game, you just have this
5
SD plus
seconds
Luna, which is a
remaining.
sick combo. Now, however, Tundra can still flex it, right? Like, this is their strength. They can even decide to put Tidehunter somewhere else, which I doubt, but it's possible.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen Fada play Tidehunter as well. I mean, we could say that about literally every hero in the game, it feels like, but
And it isn't really that out there. Tidehunter 5,
actually,
it's been
Snaking
done.
plays a lot. Snaking plays, like, he's played 3 matches of Tidehunter on the patch already, same amount as 33, so.
Have you guys noticed how many of 33's heroes have been banned?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Literally all of them are like 33
10
heroes.
seconds
Obviously, Bad Rider Kato, you know,
All of a
In the
sudden,
second
have been
phase,
playing it.
all of them,
5
yeah.
seconds.
I mean, the
remaining.
first phase too. Like, he played the offlane keeper and he plays a lot of Bat Rider, right? Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
good.
losing his heroes left, right, and
He
center.
has done,
You know,
yeah.
we talk a lot about Fada and 9 and the cool stuff they do, and but like 33, like in terms of drafting, I swear he applies the most amount of pressure in terms of like how many heroes I need to worry about, how many heroes you gotta ban. Like, this guy's gonna bust out Broodmother, Lycan, Beastmaster,
Visage,
Bat Rider,
sometimes even
Visage.
offlane.
Yeah,
Back in
and
the
these
day.
are like the most
10 seconds
annoying heroes to
remaining.
think about as a drafter.
He's that player. Like, yesterday we
5
had this
seconds
conversation
remaining.
as well. There are some players that are just nasty. I'm not saying that he's a nasty person. He's really kind, nice from what I've talked to him, but his hero pool is definitely nasty.
Fnatic's turn to
So
ban.
he's such a great player to have on your team. You're gonna always have some kind of an advantage in the drafts because of a person like that. But yeah, with the picks right now, Tundra going with the Terrorblade for their carry. It's very strong against Luna. You can make some arguments that SD is good against
10
TB because you can make
seconds
illusions of him, but I think Tundra just opting for like the best carry that they
5
can get
seconds
with what's
remaining.
left in the pool against the Luna, and just leave the team to deal with the Shadow Demon.
If you're Fnatic right now, you don't really have last pick, which is a problem. But I believe you're looking for that mid laner that dishes out a ton of magic damage, ton of burst damage to deal with the TB. So maybe the safest bet is something like a Void Spirit, Ember Spirit. If you really want to go ham, Zeus is still in the pool, but you do not have the last pick, so it's easier to exploit.
I think it's gonna be rough. They might need to have like a hero that can help the
Dire
Night
team
Stalker in the
ban.
lane more than that. Because Pango Night Stalker is not going to be good. This TB is just going to completely freefarm, and that's a problem. Maybe even taking a page out of Tundra's book and putting the Night Stalker middle.
Oh,
But
that's
then you're going to have to...
Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry, Night Stalker
10
mid lane is not
seconds
something that I actually considered, even though it was there last game.
Fanatics turn to
Yeah,
pick.
but the problem there is the Monkey King. You have to consider the Monkey going mid if you're gonna go with the NS mid. But even then, like I'd rather have that, so you have some kind of tempo controller, and then you can pick something offlane with this Pangolier that can deal with this Terrorblade Gyrocopter lane.
Yep. Not sure. Both
10 seconds remaining.
strategies work. Getting some extra damage,
5
some Void
seconds
Spirit Ember,
remaining.
Zeus for me also works. We'll see.
Dire team
You can always pull the creep wave and do Zeus. There you go.
Oh, there it is. Your boy
call.
Zeus.
It's a no-brainer call, but at the same time, I have to say that I'm worried for them. This can be exploitable. TA is still in the pool. It's a hero that was banned out last game. This could be. It could.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
it would be very greedy, but it's doable. And you're playing
5
versus Luna.
seconds remaining.
It's unplayable for Zeus. Like the TA matchup is extremely difficult. We'll see what they feel like will round out their lineup here. And now we also know that, and the TB is most likely going to have free farm bottom lane too.
I guess the Luna kind of scares you a little bit if you're picking TA, right? It should work that way. She has too much armor and whatnot. Meanwhile, Zeus is easy.
Yeah, Shadow Demon can cause some issues as well, right? You really want to
Yep.
jump in, just blow someone up. Shadow Demon stops that and can turn it on you with the ultimate as well. A lot of issues.
Still some minus armor with the Tide. There are always upsides and downsides to whatever hero that you want to pick, but maybe they can find something better here in the last remaining 7 seconds that they've got.
I mean, I don't.
Void Spirit's still in the pool, right?
Yes. I
Yeah.
also was gonna say that's not bad. Zeus is a good matchup mid lane though, in terms of like until the Voice Spirit hits level 6.
Or just go for the Earth Spirit. You called it last game, at least.
Yep. The retroactive
you.
call will take that dub. Yeah, Nine's going to be on revamping his Spirit mid. Let's go.
You see how kind I am? Like, you bust out some papers written "I told you so," and here I am giving you credit
I
for the
didn't.
calls that you've made like 13 days ago. Like, no, Matt.
You're such a good guy, Lizard.
It's not
Listen,
about-
are we dying on this hill? Are we dying on the Fnatic hill?
Sure. Let's go. Why not?
I
Give
mean,
no-
I see that DJ is playing Pango, so that's going to be a Luna Pango lane, not a Pango Night Stalker lane.
Okay.
So that's a little bit better.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I mean,
I just want Nomad to be right as
5
well.
seconds remaining.
If he goes
Let's
for
give it
Tundra,
to him.
let's give it to him. He's gonna be
Let's
the
give it to
one
him.
man standing.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, to nobody's surprise, I will go for Tundra for this game as well. I like that draft. It's still very Tundra. Not super keen on the TB, I will say. I don't think this is like a particularly strong hero right now, but for sure, Skidder knows what he's doing, and I'm ready to be surprised. But yeah, I mean, the Fnatic draft does feel better than last time, though. Like, it's fast, right? They're not going to get left behind in the dirt this time, so they can definitely match the pace of Tundra, which is what I wanted to see. However, I think now that they're still playing Tundra's game, and that's a really risky thing to do. So, yeah, I'm still leaning towards Tundra for this one. Any closing thoughts on this draft before we throw it across the casters?
yeah, I think there's less room for error for Fnatic this time around. So,
Okay.
I mean, like, there's more room for error, not less.
No.
There's more room for error for them. Like, with the Zeus,
Yeah.
I think
Agreed.
they can get some really good punishes in this game, and they got a pretty good shot.
All right, let's see how it goes. Fnatic versus Tundra. Game number 2 now underway here at the OGA Dota Pit. With our casters for this game, we've got B Cup and we've got Mo Farah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nomad. What are you thinking, Mo? Are you hyped for this Earth Spirit? Are you hyped for the other
Always.
side for Fnatic?
Always hyped for Earth Spirit mid beak up. I was going to say I get really scared whenever the cameras come straight to us instead of going into the game because it always takes me by surprise.
Right.
I'm a little bit worried for Fnatic's draft that it's a little bit greedy. You know, have this Luna that needs a little bit of time. This Zeus needs a little bit of time. You know, Night Stalker, if he's not the one that's going to have a good time, control the tempo of the game, then I really worry that Tundra are going to start to pull ahead again. And we've seen what they can do when they get the ball rolling.
Well, what was the last time we saw together, at least, the Earth Spirit made? It was like Somnus, right?
Somnus played it a bit. I know who was the other guy as well. I mean, Yopaj played it in
Yeah,
SEA.
Yopaj played it. My idol. At least then it was like Blade Mail Crystal as we saw Somnus go on the mid Earth Spirit.
Yeah, there's a few different builds you can go for. Like the Blade Mail's good, the Echo Saber's pretty good. I think Veil has a place sometimes depending on what your role is in the team, but I think 9 plays this hero really well, and it's really tanky and hard to deal with. Like, it has a good strength gain. So when you get the levels from playing it core, you know, you get the damage talent as well. It can become a big, hard hitter of a hero. Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on 9 this game to make things happen. But I think if he, like we said, if they start being able to play tempo, play around the Earth Spirit at a good level, then I don't think FNATIC are going to be able to reply very easily.
Yeah, we'll see if FNATIC can even up
they get
this
the D ward.
series.
Oh dear. So they not only do they block the small camp, but they also get the D ward. That's tough for FNATIC.
Yeah, good amount of gold there for Fada though, and he's back on this gyro. Playing against this 9 Earth Spirit. See how 9 can do here.
Forced to use the disruption defensively as well, which on the Shadow Demon never feels great. Probably going to see that a lot this lane against the homing missile. So whenever Tundra's back or up against the wall, I feel like they love picking this TB, right? Like this was their big go-to in the TI qualifiers, especially as the series went on against OG. It got more and more valuable.
What really draws them to the TB? Because we haven't been seeing it as much recently.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
No, I think there are some other carries and things that have come through and started to shine as well.
Ooh, Snaking trying to
here.
fight DJ, but the shield crash from DJ will secure the first blood and was using that Jingu, but eventually it did run out. And one more shield crash from DJ was all he needed. They're also going to unblock this camp.
He's overestimating his damage ever so slightly, unfortunately, on the Monkey King. And I think that can happen at level 1 sometimes. You forget that you can bleed.
Jingu not enough to keep him alive, and we'll see if Raven can kind of find himself not only a better start, but maybe more of an opening in this game, right?
For sure. I think, well, I mean, Raven had a good start last time, but did struggle as the tempo came through from Tundra. Sneaking gonna salve up.
I'm gonna get that water rune, finally bottle it up.
So, nice pull through from Fata though in this lane. You want to keep pulling it towards the lane, towards the TB's tower as much as possible, obviously. So,
Is under attack.
Death and Jabs having to do with this early level in the Reflection bottom lane. DJ Raven both getting pushed off these creeps for just a moment.
yeah, like as the Monkey King, you think you're a really good trader, and then the Pangolier comes along, and you forget like how strong this hero is with Shield Crush. When I've seen Fata play this, he sometimes takes the disarm at level 2, and he like trades really efficiently with the Shield Crush and the disarm. But Swashbuckle obviously really good at getting away against the Jingu stacks. So.
I wouldn't really be surprised to see like a 1-1-1 start for DJ on this Pangolier. And there's the shield crash. He's in a lot of trouble, slowed up. Anchor Smash, Boundless Strike. Not sure if that's enough to get him away. The Lucent Beam is available to get the kill on a 3-3. So Raven gets one. Snake King again trying to use the Jingu, but that runs out. And, well, again, FNATIC are the ones taking advantage of a little bit of mispositioning from Tundra.
Yeah, and they are punishing hard. This is a hard-hitting lane. With the Lunar Blessing especially. Oh, it's only level 1. He actually went 2 points in beam. Okay. But even so, point still stands.
And he's gotten 2 points in the shield crash. They're going to get the Jingu again, but the shield crash comes through, and Snake King, it's only a level 1 Jingu. Boundless Strike hits on both, but DJ continuing to chase. They've got the Lucid Beam, and DJ has shield crash in 3 seconds. Not soon enough, but I say that. He comes back in, and he hits Snake King trying to get the Jingu.
I can only assume he meant to mischief there on the Monkey King, but didn't quite get it in time. I can't think of another reason why he would turn and go back in there.
Very unfortunate, as now, what, 3 kills here bottom, and DJ, he's got credit for 2.
Yeah, lane's going much better for FNATIC this time. I think the fact that they're getting away with these 3 greedy cores is going to be, you know, such a big deal. Moving forward to the mid game. Especially when it hits this first night time in 10 seconds or so. Death can output a decent amount of pressure. They want this TB.
Yeah, they really do, and he's sitting here with meta only having about 1/4 of its duration left. They'll land a second point in the Shadow Poison. He wants to dive in. Now a 3rd point, but the ulti. Oof.
Oh, this Zeus is not getting punished at all, huh? And now Death, yeah, this pressure coming through is going to be huge.
Yeah, Fada, he's going to eat a couple of stacks of that Shadow Poison. Now make it a 3rd. Jabs turning around, pops the Shadow Poison, gets the kill. 5-0 FNATIC.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And with that ulti that helped get the kill onto the TB, he TP's back in, and this is a lane going right for FNATIC, and it seems like all 3 lanes are going right for FNATIC. I say that, Nine's made the rotation towards bottom. Swashbuckle, Boundless Strike, the roll doesn't hit, but they've got the kick, slowing down DJ, shield crash onto the high ground, and he's got no mana for another Swashbuckle at the moment, but he's starting to run and avoiding the roll again.
Oh, if he gets the bounties.
Oh. Golden in his eyes.
Nefata's in trouble as well. Death's coming over.
Still nighttime, Void slowing him up. And with the damage coming out from this Zeus with the Arc Lightning, as well as that Lightning Bolt, and eventually Fada will fall.
And they're starting to take over the game a little bit here on FNATIC. This TB's had a little bit of space top lane, which is, you know, pretty good for him, especially since it's nighttime. But even so, we've seen time and time again how strong this Pango hero is, especially on the position 5 as well.
Swashbuckle on the shield crash, just doing so much damage. Primal Spring looking for DJ as Nine's made another rotation down towards bottom. 3-3 only level 5, so doesn't have that Ravage, but they have the Boundless Strike. They'll get the roll, and eventually DJ will crumble as 3-3 gets credit for that kill and pushes him ever so close to having that level 6 and having that Ravage available.
I don't know. Tundra, the fact they've given this Zeus like nothing to think about though, like it's such a big worry. Like they don't have great gap close. Like the roll's okay on Earth Spirit, but you can cancel it out with the Arc Lightning on the Lightning Bolt thing on the Zeus. I can't remember what the spell's called. Is it Arc Lightning? But I think especially going high ground this game, can you imagine how difficult it's going to be for Tundra? Like they have to find a way of catching the Zeus in fights, and if you don't have the lineup that's very good at it, you have to at least try and pressure his early game, I think.
They're going to do it with a homing missile as well as a roll in. Joanne in trouble. Pops that ulti. Has the damage on a Fada. And now they'll have the disruption save. 9. Oh, that second Shadow Poison doesn't hit. But now they'll go to the ulti. Dark Ascension. They're right on top of this Earth Spirit. 9 trying to roll. Tries to kick Death away. But Death is at his door. And 9 will fall.
Yeah, they don't even kill the Zeus either. That's... feels really bad. Like you're saying, you know, they commit so much for it because they realize they need to. And great positioning by Jabs as well with the disruption just to help deal with some of that damage coming through from the Magnetize. Arcane Runes for the Zeus as well. Going straight for that first item Nimbus, which I think is fantastic here. When you have these heroes like Shadow Demon and like Night Stalker, which can set up really easily for kills, just being able to lay down a Nimbus on top gives you that extra damage globally, and we saw how much that could do from LGD earlier. Theirs was a bit more to the extreme, but...
Yeah, the Shadow Step early eggs was definitely something that they were outputting with high succession rates. And FNATIC, yeah, they have this big advantage right now in terms of kills. It's only about 1,000 in terms of net worth, but they do have that Zeus up to a good start. And we talked about how it's a bit of a greedy lineup for FNATIC, but if they can get away with it early, it should stabilize and potentially get them towards the mid and late game. And you talked about it, alluding to what could be a hard high ground siege if Tundra do get to a point where they can try and push these towers. But you think about it, kind of like the sniper game that we saw.
Yeah, for sure. And DJ's level 6 before the 10-minute mark on the Pango. That is absurd.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Akapraj is coming out. They've also got Skitter coming over to try and go on to death. Homing Missile is not really going to lead to much.
Luckily for him, the Creep Wave comes just as the homing missile hits, so the Rocket Barrage wouldn't have done anything anyway. So, a little bit fortunate, but still good going.
And Raven over here in the triangle, just farming up a couple of stacks on these Ancients. Look at all that juicy gold. And top 3 in the net worth are all on the side of FNATIC. But Skitter doing the same thing. Maybe not with as much heat.
Is that, like, FNATIC, is there any pressure on them to ever have to force a move? Like, I don't think there is.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They could just
attack.
farm for like the next 10 minutes, and if Tundra were going to do the same, they'd be so happy on FNATIC.
Dire's top
So the way
tower
that this
is
game
under
started,
attack.
they'll be feeling really good.
FNATIC, though, in the dire jungle, they've smoked up. They're going to head towards mid, looking at getting this tier 1 tower, but they're going to have to break through the Tundra defenses where the bottle gets refilled for 9. They've got 3-3 ready with the Ravage. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger just yet to close the gap, but if they're able to get on top of him with the Silence, he won't be able to Ravage and will be in some trouble. So now they've got the Void. They've disarmed him. He's holding the Ravage. The Rolling Thunder comes in. They finally get the Silence, and they're drawn with the ulti, the Thunder God's Wrath, where they'll get the kill onto 3-3 and open up the mid tier 1.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, the
is
AoE
under
silence is so
attack.
good against the Tide, even when the break...
Dire's structures are
Sorry, even when the passive comes through with the Kraken Shell.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nothing you can do, unfortunately. And Nine's entry to the game, like, he had this okay laning stage against the Zeus. I mean, he wasn't fantastic, but he did alright.
And then he
Since
rotated
then, we
in
haven't
and got a
really-
kill. And it,
I mean, he
since
got
then,
one kill, but
yeah.
like, when you play this Earth threat mid, you want to be able to be explosive, right? And make things happen like constantly around the map. Especially since the change to the boulders, where they spawn more often. I think it went down to by 5 seconds or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but...
Smoke, DJ finding them, shield crash now. Well, he doesn't have Swashbuckle, so he is very dead. Rolling Thunder on cooldown for 6 more seconds. Unable to find an escape there, and Zeus is 1,000 gold away from having this Ags, having that Nimbus ready to go.
Which is going to be so key for FNATIC.
Radiant structures
They're
are
just building their net worth lead more and more.
Radiant's
Like
middle
we said, more than
tower
happy
is
to
under
farm
attack.
up. Bit of a slower game than last time, but
Dire's
Tundra are trying to make things
is under
happen.
attack.
Boundless Strike, Primal Spring, Jabs has the disruption. They've got DJ behind him with Fana on the high ground behind him and on up by those steps. Rolling Thunder comes through as he's trying to TP out on Snake King. They'll find the Monkey King and get the kill. Jabs gets credit for that one.
But they found Death though as well.
And they're trying to get this.
Silence.
Raven's right there. Silence Eclipse,
God.
and 9 is just dead. The Ravage is too late. It's on to 3. They've gotten the Magnetize. Death getting low, but the Magnetize will run out. The Urn's still not going to be enough damage, and now they've used Ravage.
Yeah, Death doesn't even die. I mean, that's And now that Tundra don't have Ravage, you know, you look at FNATIC's lineup, like, where's the threat coming from Tundra? Like, the Ravage is probably the one thing that you needed to have to, you know, be seriously concerned about. Going forward, like, yeah, normally this TB scales really well, but playing against the Zeus, it's a little bit different. Like, you have so much magic burst to work with that the TB can't be confident moving forward to the late game necessarily. Yes, it's a good core-to-core matchup against the Luna, but the Zeus is completely, you know, changing the tides.
Nine in trouble. Going for the roll, but the Void is there. They've got the Silencer right on
Ravage.
top of 9. And no Ravage, no defenses to save this Earth Spirit. Raven will get credit for the kill on 9.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nomad nervously sweating on the panel.
They played up the last victory. I can only imagine what Lizard and Theban are going to do for the next one.
No, they said they were humble. It's fine.
Yeah, you're humble until you get gloated on.
You're humble until you get something right. That's just the way it goes. Snaking.
And they're going to go for the Monkey King. He's got the silence, but Death doesn't know what could potentially come at the tier 2 tower up towards top, so... And chase and how long it would take to get that kill would be a little bit rough for him.
And here's the axe for the Zeus now as well. It's just been delivered. I am worried for Tundra. This is going to be... If they can like, win one big fight now that the axe is out, I'll be convinced. But I think with the Nimbus... makes things so difficult.
Gonna go Aether Lens next. I assume eventually that'll be made into an Octarine core.
Eventually, yeah.
Cut those cooldowns.
I mean, he could even go for something like a Bloodstone eventually or something, like whatever he wants at some point. Like, Octarine's really good, but there's a few different choices.
Raven's got the Manta. He's going into the BKB with the Mask of Madness and has Eclipse ready to go. The Nimbus is down. They're looking for 9. They've got the cooldown coming up from Fada as well as the Wukongs from Snake King. But is it going to be enough damage? Rolling Thunder hitting these heroes. All 3 of them. So 9 goes down. Jabs over to the side with help from Raven. They should be able to get the kill on the Monkey King even though he's in the Wukong's command. 9 Snake King. They'll hit the deck and Fada's done and dusted as 3 heroes will fall on the side of Tundra. FNATIC now up 6k.
Yeah, and that's the power of the Nimbus that we were talking about. Also, I want to point out, really nice play by DJ. Instead of just confirming the Monkey King kill, he hunts and they get the Gyrocopter as well because he carried on with the end of the Rolling Thunder. Just trying to hunt Fata down. And they do find him. So, min-maxing really well. And look at the net worth of the Earth Spirit now. Like, this hero does not farm his way into the game, right? 9's level 9. And 17 minutes in, not where the Earth Spirit wants to be.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
$6k lead to where Raven is. When going towards that Aether Lens. And he should have it if he's dismantling the Arcane Boots.
Thanks.
Smoke used here by FNATIC. See, they're gonna move over through mid, potentially 5 through 3.
Dire's middle tower.
Pull away by 9, and now Death knocks on the door once again, and he'll go after this Tide. They'll get a quick kill on 3-3. Raven on a mega kill streak already, and this is just looking like it's going to be Roche.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be straight into the Roche pit. They have a Nimbus if they want to use it. Yeah, it looks like they will. And Skeeter's going for this BKB, which I think he absolutely has to here. Like, the Dragonlance Yasha to help him farm. If he gets BKB on the Terrorblade and they lose a fight, I think that's pretty much the game, right? Like, the BKB reveal is the strongest point in the game for them. And they try and smoke over to get to the pit, but they're just too late. Without the Ravage, it would have been incredibly difficult anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Ooh.
attack.
9's still searching. He's kind of hunting. Getting a kill on a DJ is not going to be that easy, and they've found Raven. They've got the Nimbus coming down, and now they've got the Magnetize, the Blink as well as the Ravage going through onto this Luna, but Luna's got an Aegis to work with. Can they turn this? Skitter comes into the fight. They get the kill on a 9. They're taking the Earth Spirit. Now they look over as Death is running away with the Silence no longer active. They find themselves snaking. He's left alone. The BKB's been popped by Skitter as well as Ana moving with this TV. They'll take out Jabs, but the Rolling Thunder as well as DJ having the Blink. They go after this Terror Blade. They'll kill off Fada. Now the attention's onto the TB. Can he get the Sunder off? No, he can't. Skitter is gone. 4 heroes dead on Tundra. A big, successful fight for FNATIC.
We get the reverse funny number as well. B-Cup, we've been on it with spotting these, so you have to stick to it.
We'll spot him again. Uh-oh. 3-3.
Oh, there's the Nimbus.
Big grenade, Nimbus, one more Lucent Beam. And, well, Raven will get that kill.
I mean, and this is what I say. They use the BKB on the Skeeter, and they finally find it like an okay fight where they find it. I think it was like they got the Lunar Aegis and they killed the Shadow Demon, right? But it's just not enough.
Precious bounty.
If they didn't have the Aegis there on the Rangers side, it would have been a great fight, right? Luna just dies, all of a sudden they can move on to +1s and things, but
probably falls apart for FNATIC, honestly.
Yeah. Luna has BKB coming out in the courier as well here, I think. So all of a sudden this Ravage isn't as much of a threat anymore. See where she's hiding her courier as well? She doesn't want them to know that they have the she has the BKB up. Which is really cute. There you go, finally gets delivered. But...
There goes the tier 1. Make the move over onto 9 once again, and he is going to drop for the 6th time.
Raven's hunting here.
Thunder God's Wrath, Skitter
He wants
low.
to sunder, but...
He does want to sunder the Boundless Strike. That'll get him in range, and now they're going to go after him. Joanne in trouble, and Snake King still dies. They're going to come all the way through with the TPs. They'll find themselves Skitter. They've got the Silence. He has no sunder anyway, so... He's dead once again.
It's good to see that even in defeat, Fata is still willing to spam the voice chat lines. He's just a connoisseur, you know?
He's not high-fiving, though, so...
He isn't high-fiving.
He was rolling and high-fiving yesterday.
So, I mean, at least they kill the Zeus, right? He's, like you said before, he's been pretty much untouched this whole game, but giving up your TB for it, when you're this far behind, they'll take what they can get, but yeah, not good still.
Illusion's trying to take the tier 2 tower.
And they're coming over on Tundra. I do feel like this is kind of a last hurrah here. I know they're not even onto the high ground yet on FNATIC, but I could see that if Tundra take one more fight, they might just be, you know, defeated within themselves almost.
Could be potentially pushing it to a game 3.
Going for Axe on the Tide. Okay.
And that's been a popular Tide pickup.
I mean, it's a good item. It's a good upgrade, right? But I don't think it's insanely good this game.
I always get yelled at when I build it.
That's because you go for it before boots, though.
Who told you that?
Midas Axe Tide Rush. Okay.
Raven, close to a Crystallis. He's got that BKB still ready in 9 seconds. Sneaking in the trees. Jabs kind of walked right at him, and
they have this ward down, so they see Jabs.
Yeah.
And if they can kill the Shadow Demon first, that's a really good opening.
Big if, though.
They're not bringing heroes up. Okay, they're starting to TP now.
Smoke under the ward. Got a couple heroes here. They'll take the tier 2, so that opens up the outpost, and they don't make the move to jump on these heroes, to jump on a Raven or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is now that they've pushed the tier 2, they're away from where the vision was before, right? So because they're a little bit slow moving up towards this top lane, they can't really punish them anymore. And they don't see the Shadow Demon.
Tundra at the moment feel pretty stumped on how they're going to try and come back into this game.
Radiant's
FNATIC,
bottom tower is under attack.
they are playing across the river comfortably. They are really playing quite aggressively. And Raven, he's certainly ready to fight pretty much at all times. He's at 17,000 net worth just about, and way ahead of these heroes on Tundra. There's nothing stopping FNATIC at the moment.
If you don't kill the Zeus in the fight, then you can't win the fight on Tundra. That's the problem. Because the Zeus's damage output is crazy. And I don't know how they kill the Zeus. So between those two things...
Ooh, Nimbus, Rolling Thunder, and there's a kill on a Snake King. They'll take the Monkey King again. Ada, he's within the Shadow Amulet. Not sure that's really going to help him out. I think they have an idea of where he is. They continue to ping right there. Good movie,
You're
by
back?
the way.
Oh no, run!
Thundergod's Wrath, he's been spotted, he's been found out. That means Fada is very dead.
Chappie's back. Run.
Mid
Oh,
lane,
nine.
nine
Oh
caught
my
again.
goodness.
They've got the silencer right on top of him, and it looks like another dead Earth Spirit. Ooh.
I mean, he has BKB, but he doesn't even want to use it. He thinks he's going to die anyway, so...
Yeah, silence lasts forever and just makes it so difficult.
But if he pops the BKB, I don't know if he can just kick him and roll away or what, but... Guess just wanting to save his BKB for an actual fight, potentially. Even if it does die. Because the magic community timing does mean a huge amount against the Zeus, right? FNATIC, they're playing so safe, though. They're playing so disciplined. Not willing to give Tundra anything. And as you can see, like the graphic that's popped up, they're probably waiting for the next Roche.
Is there a point where playing too safe for FNATIC becomes detrimental, or are they just very comfortable in their lead at the moment?
I don't think it does. Because they have 3 cores that are all scaling well going into the late game.
Right.
Like this Earth Spirit isn't really a hero at the moment. And one of the other cores on the Tundra side is Tide, which is meant to be this enabler, right? But if you look at the Radiant cores, they're all, decent damage dealers.
Ooh, long Roche. Two and a half minutes for that Roche.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. When we'll go for the Octarine
Dire's
core.
top tower is under attack.
And you've got Scotty next for Raven. EB also going for Scotty.
Yeah, the TV wants a Skadi against the Luna. I mean, that was the big thing last patch, that the TV was really strong against Luna. Obviously, to have that big slow. Unfortunately, when Luna's like 5k net worth up on you, it doesn't really work like that. But...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
3-3 kind of standing his ground there. I don't know if he really wanted it. Okay.
Well, he has buyback at least.
Sure. Snake
Now
King
Snake King's
rolling
in trouble.
Thunder, and he's dead too. He'll buy back immediately. They're going to bring Skitter over. He does have Metamorphosis with the BKB being popped by Raven. Now on the run, but Skitter will show himself. And they've got the disruption. Roll forward from 9. Boulder Smash lands on a 2. 3-3 trying to catch up. They get the kill on the Fada. They'll look for the Ravage. They've got the Wukong to
Ravage.
follow it. Now they get the kill on a Raven. They'll take out this Luna. They'll find a follow-up on Jabs. 9 in deep on this FNATIC lineup, but they hit the Nimbus. They get the kill on a 9. They'll take out the Ear Spirit. He's got buyback. They've bought back on Fada. They've got the Silence right on top of the TV, trying to kill him before he's able to get the Thunder. Oh, the Silence is going to last long enough to get the kill. Joanne going to town. He's got a double kill. Death is godlike, taking out Snake King. DJ falls to 3-3. They'll buy back on Skitter. Skitter doesn't have Metamorphosis to work with. They've got Twan as 9 will finish off this Zeus.
Well, everybody on Tundra's bought back. Every single one of them. So, even though they won the fight, they still lost net worth, unfortunately. But you can see the problem, like, they isolate these 2 heroes, right? Yeah, I was going to say, they isolate the 2 heroes in the Luna and the Shadow Demon and they kill them off. But because the Night Stalker and the Zeus are so farmed as well, they effectively have so many damage-dealing cores, like we talked about, that killing just one of them isn't enough. And as the Observer points out, Night Stalker just does 5,000 damage in a fight. Like, you don't just need the Luna to be doing damage anymore. because the Night Stalker can cover. And when he gets this nullifier, like, I don't know. I know I'm being a bit, sad for Tundra. But they've been playing from behind the whole game, right? It feels like it's a slow inevitability here.
Yeah. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Oh yeah, and it's difficult to see them finding their way back into the game. I just don't know how they do it. Like, the only reason they won that last fight is because, one, they dived a little bit too far, potentially, on the Radiant side, but also they have to buy back on every single hero, which means if they take a bad fight in the next, like, few minutes, right?
It's over.
The game's just over. And Roche is up now as well, so FNATIC are just going to head into the pit here.
Yeah, the reason Tundra kind of get away with getting those kills is due to the fact that they had those
10 versus
buybacks.
5.
Yeah. But now, FNATIC, they've got Aegis and Shard. And that will be Aegis over for the Luna.
They don't have Ravage yet on 3-3, but...
They're giving the Shard
again,
over
they
the
were
Zeus.
going to try and... It looks like they were going to smoke to try and contest, but again, it's the same as the first Roach. They're just too late. It's daytime,
all the way
though.
around, Fada, he'll find Chuen, and...
Oh, no, it's not.
He's got a haste. So now the Dark Ascension gets popped. They're going to Fada. They should have the kill on the Gyrocopter. Got to remember that everybody bought back on the side of Tundra. The Gush gets thrown with the BKB being popped. And now Raven coming around, looking over to get this kill on a Skitter. He does have Sunder. So they need to be careful about how they go for this, but it's A-okay when you've got the Rolling Thunder as well as the Nimbus, the Thunder God's Wrath. They kill off this TB. They'll also take out Snake King. 3 heroes down on the side of Tundra, and GG will be called. We're even at 1, and FNATIC lock up game number 2.
Yeah. I think coming into this series, like, even though FNATIC won yesterday, they still have more to prove, right? And that's not to say anything bad on FNATIC, but Tundra won the last tournament. Like, so there's always going to be more on the other team for them to prove something. Yeah. And especially losing game 1 in the manner that they did, I think coming out and winning game 2 in the style that they did here as well, is such a big confidence boost for them. And hopefully going into game 3, they can take that confidence and push it forward again. Much better laning stage from them, though, this time. I think that's the biggest thing for me. And I think, hopefully they can keep that up because, we always like to see an underdog win, don't we?
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And FNATIC evening up the series at 1 over Tundra, who have come into this tournament as pretty much the odds-on favorites. So getting a game is definitely a confidence booster. Can they get a series and really get some confidence going their way? And we'll have to find out when we come back from this break. Game number 3 coming up next. Stay right there. We'll be right back. See you in a second.